Hello, guys. Sorry, I'm not just letting myself down, I'm letting you guys down as well. But I'm just finding it physically impossible to stick to a structure, routine, and to my commitments online and offline in my own home as well. And I have now got to the point now that I have got adult and social services involved now. I am going back down the court line. I am going back down the judicial review line. I am going back onto PIP. And I am actually standing up as somebody with not their label as disabled or mental health or all of that, but somebody who's physically had enough now of family and friends who don't believe people with diagnosis, and also the struggles that you have with getting to the life that you need because of the people you have around you, either hindering you or helping you. And I started this for exactly the same reasons that I'm still here today. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. For mothers who are high risk pregnancies and births, nothing's changed, okay? You have to have a very, 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 very supportive partner if you have a physical condition. I have now had children with 4 different relationships, and for the very same reason, each and every one of them has failed. And I'm not going to be talking about as much as I should be talking about through this now, because I have my conference on the, I don't know where my notebook's gone now. Has it been drawn in? Where's my notebook disappeared to? Fuck's sake, now I can't even find my own thoughts and heads that I keep on the side so I can jot everything down when I need them to and stuff, and can't even in my own home have, the order and structure. And I said this to the social worker today, yeah. I said, your department is having a go at me for an app that I keep on my phone that is for people with dyslexia and Asperger's. It's like Natural Speaking Dragon. It does recording and everything. It's so we can transcribe what's said to us, so we can put things together, so we can keep an order. Because dealing with social care, you have to keep a paperwork trail, because if you don't and they make a mistake, somebody has to be accountable, because this is people's lives. It costs people's lives. These people out there at the moment dying are not dying of coronavirus. They're dying because they were already vulnerable from pre-existing conditions already. And some people cannot take a cold in the same way that other people can. And if you turn around to someone and go, it's just a cold, it's abusive. If you call somebody who's resting for 3 days because they've been doing a kid's bedroom, trying to get on top of stuff, doing physical activities. Now, if they then need to rest for a few days and you call them lazy, that's abusive. There are laws in this country and around the world, and even the WHO that exists now, even safeguards people like us, believe it or not, to protect people who go to the doctors and are given a diagnosis, even if it's depression, even if they're battling suicide, even if they have a long-term physical condition, and even if they're born with something that makes them look different. I'm not just talking about internal battles. I'm talking about things like somebody with Down syndrome, somebody with high spectrum autism, somebody with cerebral palsy that is maybe trying to get have you ever actually seen somebody with some conditions trying to get a fork into their mouths? People like that don't need people around them who call them actors, who think they're making it up. Because if you actually saw somebody who had epilepsy and they were laying on the floor fitting, and you turned around to that person having epilepsy and went, oh, you fucking fool, get up, yeah, actor. In them seconds you've said that, you've just caused brain damage to their lives. If somebody was having a stroke and they're trying to talk to me, they can't quite talk to them properly, and you're going, oh, for fuck's sake, Fred, fucking stop. That person's dead, yeah? In the time you act the fool, not believing the trauma and damage that somebody is going through, the more abusive and more abuser you are, the more karma you will pay. You think you're going to stand in front of the pearly gates as a decent, nice, honourable person. The breadcrumbs and trails and paper trails are left for the Lord sees everything. I love being somebody like me. It gives the Lord great eyes to see how people treat people like me. because they can't see my internal battles, because they can't see that even while I'm speaking to you right now, that my knees are buckling underneath my legs, that you can't see. And even Kyle has said, you know, that Kyle has cerebral palsy and he has difficulties. Kyle doesn't need people around him saying that Kyle is an actor or Kyle is faking it. I even know that Kyle's mother was accused of not looking after his teeth, when we know full well that he was decaying his teeth because of the medication that was over sugary for what he was having, yet she got the blame. Now, shouldn't you be sitting down with a mother and going, look, we've tried this medication, clearly it's causing some damage to his teeth, this really isn't a good thing. Well done as a mother for actually giving in the medication, as we've said, but there were consequences. We're seeing this. Well done for bringing it to our attention. We're going to change the medication. That's not how this system works. And it's about time it changed, because some people do need people in their lives because they don't have mums and dads that believe them or listen to them or even care. And some people don't have communities because maybe they are Asperger's. Maybe they struggle. Maybe they have social anxieties. Maybe they were taken away from their mother at birth and actually struggle to make bonds with people. Maybe that relationship with their children, because that child has grown in their stomach, is different, but the relationships with other people is a very different experience because you're not a permanent resident in their lives. Aaron and Faith may not be with me, but I am still their mum. They are still permanent residents in my life from the cradle to the grave. Liam will be with me from the cradle to the grave. Friendships, my mother and father will be with me to the cradle to the grave. Whatever ups and downs that we have along the way, as families do, as that is the way that it goes, then, you know. So anyway, I'm going to switch off for a minute and I'll be back in a bit.